Welcome
to Shamba Shape Up Uganda.
We are traveling all over Uganda to find hardworking farmers.
We want to celebrate them while giving them the knowledge they need
to make their farms more productive and adapt to climate change.
We want to support them to get better yields and increase their income.
We will see how farmers can benefit from our experts' advice and turn their farms around into a profitable business,
while learning from each other in so many ways.
Join us on these journeys and share in the farmers' experience
on the Shamba Shape Up Uganda.
Put it up.
Welcome
to Shamba Shape Up Uganda.
This week we are trying something different.
We're going to start at the end
and finish at the beginning.
Yeah, who wants to do the same thing all the time?
So join us as we journey backward.
From the end right back to the start.
Confused?
Keep watching, you won't be.
Yeah.
Today, we are in Wakiso district, to the north of Kampala.
Being close to such a large city brings advantages. One of these, as we will soon find out, is access to markets.
We are visiting Christopher Nsamba and his wife Annette. Also helping out on the farm, Christopher's son, Ronald.
Their farm covers 30 acres. Horticulture is their main activity, including cauliflower, lettuce,
strawberries, and chili peppers. Hello!
Shamba Shape. Wonderful. Most welcome.
Yes, good.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
So, what challenges do you have on your farm?
Like marketing. We want a good price, but it is not there.
Okay.
For the produce?
The produce.
Okay. And also, after harvesting, in most cases, our produce is reaching the market while they have been damaged. Yeah.
Mama, do you have any problems or challenges on the farm?
Yes. Cutting down trees is affecting us.
You do not have to worry because we don't come alone. We come with experts and we are sure that they're going to help.
Let us go and call them and then we'll get back to you.
Okay. We are waiting.
Okay.
Very energetic.
Yeah, I know, I'm telling you.
I was so happy when I heard Shamba Shape Up is coming to Uganda, the program that I've been watching only on TV. Farming is the backbone of the society, and I'm very, very proud that Shamba Shape Up is visiting my farm.
Okay, as promised, this is where we find out how starting at the end can actually lead us back to the beginning. To help us, we are joining a meeting of the Namulonge Horticulture Farmers Association together with our expert, Egesa Jerry Tingo. He's going to discuss with the farmers how knowing your market can help you better plan which crops to plant. So we want to find out why we have to know the end before we get to the beginning. As in, why do we know what to sell before we plant?
Because whatever we are producing for the market. And the market is the consumers that are going to consume what you produce. And my question is, how did you decide to grow what you grow for the market? Can you share your experience?
I first grew cabbage, but then I found out that cabbage had low price. So I wanted to go for a higher value crop. I went for broccoli. So I had to go for research. Which variety is that? Which variety can be of the size that I need to supply to the supermarket?
Yes, it is very critical that you understand what the market demands and come back and then do your planning based on what you have understood from the market. And you said it very well that you did your research. Once we are done with that, now we concentrate on production. And we produce according to what the market has demanded. And that's what we call the market-oriented production.
So first, find out what the market wants. Find out how much they are willing to pay, then see if you can make a profit from that. If you can, then go ahead and plant. You see, it does make sense starting backwards, but there's more.
So after understanding the broccoli that is required, what did you come back and do differently to be able to satisfy and to produce that product that the market requires.
After knowing that the market, this supermarket, wants this size of the broccoli and the appearance of the broccoli, I went to the seed sellers. I had to inquire the variety that can give me that particular type of the head that I needed. Actually, I took even a picture. So they gave me the quality seed. They prescribed for me the pesticide and the fertilizers that I could apply. I came back, I cleared my soil very well. I made my nursery. I started planting.
Very, very important. Always very important. You know that when you're producing for the market, it changes now the way you start doing things. It starts changing the way, if you've been just producing anyhow because you are not focusing on the market, you realize now I have to do certain things, I have to go for different varieties, and that makes you a better farmer if you're producing for the market. Anyone who wants to share any other experience?
My experience after visiting, like trying to get a market from the hotel, but I realized that my production was very low. So yeah, when I came back to the association, we encouraged more other youth members to do the same variety of vegetables so that we can sustain the market in the hotel.
When you start thinking about producing for the market, you start to realize that you cannot do it alone.
Yeah.
You have now to move together with your fellow farmers. Yes. So that, yes, you create groups, you create cooperatives so that you are able to satisfy that demand that you have been able to get.
That's a lot of information. Now, let's break it down. Take a deep dive. Dive down to the details. So, it's not just finding out what the market wants, you have to be certain you have quality produce. Plant certified seeds, follow good agronomic practices, and work as a group to be sure you can fulfill your orders. But there's even one more benefit to knowing your market.
The main benefit that farmers would get from getting the market demand before they do any planting is they will minimize wastage. They produce what is exactly required, and in minimizing wastage, they minimize the costs.
Marketing has been part of our challenges, but now after getting this basic skills, how to talk to the customers, I believe that it opened up my minds. I'm really happy because of that.
So there you have it. Don't just copy what your neighbor is doing. Find out what the market wants, then you can know how much profit can be made. Once you know the end, then you can go back to the beginning.
Now we have good markets, but it would even be better if we had more produce. And how can we achieve that without getting more land? Wait, I think I can help with that. Shamba Shape Up has the answer. A greenhouse. I have been told they can give up to 7 times more produce than the same land area outside. Can this be true? Now, this is Christopher's greenhouse, but he's not getting that kind of benefit. So, I have asked expert Joel Senjara to help Christopher increase his profit while convincing us that a greenhouse can be a good business. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
So let's get straight into it.
Yeah.
How can we increase production without buying more land?
Well, right before us is one of the ways that can be done, a greenhouse. Yes.
Are greenhouses affordable?
Yes, they are. Take for instance, if one has a greenhouse of this size, which is about 240 square meters, you can put in about 1,000 plants. With the 1,000 plants, if you're doing things like sweet pepper, one could be able to harvest between 3 to 4 tons of sweet pepper in a period of 6 months. If you have a market selling price of about, say, 5,000, you can clearly see that you can make 15 million in a period of just 6 months.
So Joel, what do you think of this greenhouse?
This has been here for some time, and it is pretty normal that some things get to be fixed. Now, take a look at this leaf. So you can clearly see that this avocado is infected with a lot of fungal infections. So it is harboring pests which we do not want anywhere near our greenhouse. So Having it moved to another place could be one way that we keep the pests at bay.
Joel, is there anything else apart from the tree that you noticed needs to be worked on?
Yeah, the other thing I wanted to show you is the net.
Okay.
You see, it's loose. That's a problem because it defeats the whole idea about greenhousing. Because you can clearly see there's a snail, a lizard, and a caterpillar just adjacent to the greenhouse. What you should do is dig a trench, bury the net, and cover it again with soil so it will be sealed.
Okay. And anything else?
Let's move towards the door. We normally use what we call a double door system. If there was any pests around here and the wind is blowing from the other side, if you opened that door right now, they would find their way inside. But if the door is here, the wind is blowing there, they would find an obstacle, either a netting or plastic. Then there should be a footbath because majority of the times pests are found on the ground. So on my shoes, I have quite a number of pests. Okay, let's see what we have in here.
Okay, so Joel, what do you think of this greenhouse?
When I entered, my eyes were pulled by the mulch here. It defeats the idea of keeping pests away because the field where this grass was growing is full of pests. So the mulch should go if Mr. Nsamba can allow. That's one thing. As we proceed, I've seen here, we have a tomato here and a sweet pepper growing here. This tomato is almost 2 times the height of this sweet pepper. What this means, this one is consuming much more nutrients than this one. So you create competition for so many things, light, air, nutrients.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's also good to take note. So if Mr. Nsamba could allow, it would be good to have the tomatoes go and then keep the peppers, or leave the tomatoes and take away the peppers.
Joel, is there anything else you've noticed?
Yes. So this is a good thing, again, Mr. Nsamba, that you have these trellises that are going to help your peppers to grow vertically. But you see, we can do better with the color. Black is a very good color. Why? Why black and then not yellow? Yellow is a color that pests like whiteflies are attracted to. That's why you see on the yellow cards that you'll find in the greenhouse, there are more whiteflies there because they are attracted to this color. They are light sensitive.
Thank you so much for this information. Okay, so now, Mr. Nsamba, I think this is the point where we call our makeover team to do a few improvements that you've mentioned so that we can make this functional.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Very good.
Okay, let's get going.
I would really like to encourage farmers to go into greenhouses. On just 240 square meters, someone can get 60 million annually. That's way and above average income of even a middle-class Ugandan.
Well done, well done.
Oh, Aguileu!
Yes, Fabisha. So, what do you think of work so far?
Nice, but
Yes.
don't you think you need another man there? You know your muscles.
Yes, but the problem with you think everything is about muscles.
Yes.
Sometimes all you need is an extra brain power. Either way, we will be going for a short break and we'll be right back. Don't worry, we'll be returning to show you exactly how the greenhouse improvements are coming along.
With the combination of muscles.
And brain power!
So
we did it.
I'd come actually to
Yes.
ask about
Welcome back
to Shamba Shape Up Uganda,
where the brain
and the muscles
join as one.
We are in Wakiso district.
And we are visiting Christopher Nsamba and his son, Ronald.
Still to come, we find out how to transport your goods to market without them getting damaged.
Before we look at transport, I have a treat for you. You see, it's not only the greenhouses that boost productivity, it's the trees too. You do not believe me? Keep watching.
Christopher has kept a 4-acre section of his farm for trees.
But it's not just there for beauty, it's for business too. So I have asked tree expert Dr. Sarah Mutweni from National Agriculture Research Organization to come and help us understand how this can be possible. Christopher's son Ronald is the one managing this part of the farm, but he's only been doing it for the last 2 years. So while we learn about the forest, I am sure Dr. Sarah can also help Ronald increase his profits. Okay, now, into the forest we go.
Sarah.
Yes?
I'm sure there's someone out there, business person, who thinks, if I had this forest, I would just cut all the trees and make charcoal and firewood and sell it, or grow maize or whatever. So how would you, talk to someone that is out there that is having these thoughts?
Forests are very important, and you can make money out of the forest. How do you make money?
How?
One, you can do selective. We call it selective logging. Selective, that means you just pick a few mature trees. For example, for making drums. In Uganda, that is, it is a cultural thing. The other thing about the forest is that we can use it for recreation. It means you come in this forest, you walk around, you admire the forest, you camp in the forest, spend a night, 2 nights in the forest, just enjoying the forest, and they'll pay money. And the other thing is still generating money. You can still bring in people to train them about the benefits of trees. So instead of us cutting down these trees for charcoal or for brick burning, we can reserve this forest and we can generate money.
Sarah.
Yes?
With all that you've said, let's just go in and see more of this forest that you're praising.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Ronald.
Yes?
Are there any other financial benefits to the farmer?
Yes, there is one which is very interesting, and that is beekeeping. It benefits the farmer, and also it benefits the forest.
Wow. Sarah,
yes?
Speaking of bees, is that a beehive?
Yes, it is.
And Ronald, is that yours?
Yes, it's
Wait a
mine.
second, let's get close and see what... Are there bees in there?
Yeah, they're already inside there.
Ronald, when
Yes.
did you start rearing bees in here in the forest?
We started last year,
Okay.
and so far it has been into existence for 4 years.
Okay,
nice.
so how much money have you so far generated from there?
We have harvested 2 times, and we are in something like 2 million.
2 million?
Yes,
Wow.
we have
Wow.
already started getting good money, and we expect to get more.
More money?
Yeah.
Wow.
The most thing as to why I like beekeeping, after setting up the project like this, you go back to your home and you start doing other businesses, as this one is
As
carrying.
in, you don't have to be there
You
watching
don't-
it.
Yes, you don't have to be there.
So that means beekeeping is labor saving.
Yeah, yeah.
So for the farmer?
Yeah, it's not hectic.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is good. When I have bees in this natural forest, it's also going to benefit the community around
Yes.
by encouraging crop production.
Yes.
Because the bees are pollinating the plants outside the forest.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there anything else you'd like to advise Ronald?
Okay, I think on the beekeeping bit of it, you know, we have what we call pollinator plants, where the bees can get pollen. And one of the plants is called Kaliandra. When you have Kaliandra nearby your forest, still these bees, if they don't get enough food here in the forest, they can be able to get more food so that your yield of honey increases.
Okay.
Yeah. So in general, for our natural forests, we need to sensitize the people who are around us about the benefits of the natural forests so that we can be able to preserve our forests. At the same time, we are saving our motherland, Uganda, from climate change.
Okay.
That was very interesting and useful information. Let's take a deep dive down to the details.
The average wholesale price for a kilo of honey is 30,000 Uganda shillings. And one beehive can produce up to 45 kilograms of honey per year, if well managed. 30 times 45 makes 1.35 million. Now an acre of forest can have up to 3 beehives, and Ronald has 4 acres. So that's 12 hives. 12 times 1.35 million means Ronald can earn up to 16 million Uganda shillings from the forest in honey alone every year. So who'd have thought it? It's not only the greenhouses that boost production, but trees too play a big role. And how are we supposed to get all this extra produce to the market without it being spoiled? Over to you, Frob.
Thanks, Aggie. That's really nice. Now, how do we get this extra produce to the market without damage? Come with me. After all his hard work growing crops, Christopher's crops arrive at the market damaged. So we have invited Dr. Damali Magala, an expert from Naru, to come and give us some advice. And as Christopher bulks his crops with other members of the Namulonge Horticulture Farmers Association, we have invited some of them to join us as well.
What problems do you face? Tell me.
When we go to reach to the markets, we find that our products have been damaged by the means of transport that we have used. So we need a solution for that.
Sometimes you find that farmers, after harvesting spinach, they put in sacks. When you take it in the market, you find that there is some cracks. So it is also a problem.
We also need to think about the variety. The varieties we grow, some of them have long shelf life, others have a short shelf life.
Okay.
Then in terms of transporting our produce, I can give an example of this strawberry. Strawberry is one of the very perishable crops. It's very delicate. It means that you have to ensure that by the time you harvest it, up to the time it reaches the market, you don't exceed 2 to 3 hours. But also the way you transport your produce, you use these boxes.
Yes.
Boxes, because they are not ours, legally you can be accused of using people's packaging material.
Yes.
Isn't it? Instead of these boxes, also, we can use the crates. For example, where are the crates?
Aggie, the crates, please. Look, they have open sides to allow the air to circulate and keep the produce fresh. Much better than cardboard boxes. Hey, careful, Aggie. Now here they are. Hey, well done, Aggie.
Rob, I told you, it's not only the brains, but the muscles too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Okay, I'll see from.
So, my farmers, we can try out this crate. It is a plastic in nature, but most important of all, it is durable. When it rains, it doesn't. It is not affected compared to the box. But also, you can see that we can use it for different vegetable types. For example, we can use to pack spinach in blue. We can use to pack lettuce in green. Okay. We can also label. We can also use this plastic to label. To label, still to market our association. Is that so? You see that when you pack, you can easily transport your vegetables using the plastic crate compared to the box. With the crate, you can even put more vegetables compared to the small box. Is that so? So that you can deliver your vegetables with less damage. And this one also help us to address the issue of quality Mr. Matov talked about. Is that so?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how can I arrange them on a motorcycle? Because we are using a boda.
You organize them in such a way that, for example, you can see that this one can ably fit on the other, and you can easily carry 4 to 5 crates on a boda.
Okay. Dr. Damali, thank you very much for that information. It has been really wonderful. But Ronald and Mr. Christopher, can we go outside? There's something that needs your attention.
Because we have a surprise waiting for you. The greenhouse makeover is almost complete. The tree has been removed. The gap between the ground and the greenhouse cover is being sealed, and the double door system installed with a foot bath too. Okay, I think we are almost done. And just in time, here comes Frobisha with our farmers.
This is where we... Oh, Gilevo!
Yes, Rob.
Very good, very good, very good. Hey,
Tell me you can recognize this place.
Job well done.
Look at this.
Wow.
The tree is gone. And we can do this as well.
Wonderful. Do you like what you see?
Yes,
very much.
Did you enjoy our visit?
Yeah. Very okay, we enjoyed it.
Would you like us to come back?
Yes, at any time you come back.
Anytime?
Yes, you are welcome.
Unfortunately, we have to leave now. Our time is up. But as for you, we'll see you next week on
Shamba Uganda!